Hello everybody, I'm back again. So today I'm gonna be working on a computer. I need to get this thing built. I'm trying to turn it around and sell it. So I'm excited because finally came in today is the solid state drive and a power supply. So I'm really pumped. I'm ready to get this computer built in this limited edition case and get going with this bad boy and have something to stream and jump about. So let's get started. So first I'm gonna put on some gloves here to protect the equipment from my oil on my hands. Sorry about that, I have a lot of things in my pockets. I need to get these out of here so that we can really focus here, because we've got work to do. So first things first, I just use foot powder. You can use any kind of starch. I like to put a little bit of chalk on my hands. I mean, you could call it like powder or any kind of powder really, but this stuff is great to keep your hands kind of dry in those gloves. I don't like getting sweaty hands from having gloves on too long. I just need to check a little something here. I want to put a little duck on the sound here. There we go. Just to protect your ears. Are you ready for this? I sure am. Let's do this thing, shall we? So I bought a Spatium S270. It's an MSI brand, 240 gigabyte SATA 2.5. I really like this drive because it has just the right amount of space that I need to put an OS on. It's fast, it's a solid state, and it does everything I want it to do so that I can sell it. And this is also a very well-known brand, so I believe that anybody who looks at this will know and see that. That's the idea. Quality products for someone who wants to buy a computer, right? I always love bubble wrap. I'm gonna save this. I can use this for something else, for storage or whatever. So why don't we go ahead and pull up a chair, take a look at this drive, shall we? Oops, the glove got stuck. There we go. Sweet. Now, look at that. Look how pristine. That looks great. I like that. Man, this is gonna look nice. I sure hope it's not DOA. Nice credentials there. MSI Spatium. It has some screw holes on the sides, which I really like. I don't particularly enjoy doing these as much, but sometimes you have to because of the case. Looks like we have our run-of-the-mill cable ports here, so this is great. That is what I expect. If you live in the EU, you'll receive this with the purchase. Looks like this is an operator manual for the solid state. So this, usually they have some information in these on how to install a solid state drive. You can easily figure this out for yourself. If you're not into computers, it is not that difficult. You just need to know what you're doing before you get started. It's not hard. And you also want to figure out what do you need, because if you ever go to a store to buy a computer, a lot of times they'll ask you that question, but they may try to upsell you depending on where you are. So they may give you something that you don't need. So it's a good thing to be aware of. So I'm going to put this aside. Alright. And I want to drink a Coke today, so I'm going to bust one open. Alright, now so what we have here is a Raid Max 650 watt Cobra Power PCIe 5.1 ATX 3.1. I know I sound really cool, but I just read everything off the box. I'm really not that smart, okay? Believe me, this is a great budget power supply. If you're building your own computer, highly recommend. It's not bad at all. It's not the most high end, but it will get you where you need. So I believe it's not really that expensive either. Well, I don't remember how much I paid for it. But this is going to be going in my gaming build that is 2018, 2020-esque. Well, actually, earlier than that. I'm going to make the build kind of cater to some older games, but mainly some older AAA titles. But the graphics that I'm going to put inside is, I believe, a 3050. If I'm not wrong, it could be a 20. But I will find out once I plug it in to the computer and turn it on. So, well, we will see. You know, I don't know why I don't just use this to cut all this plastic. Just nice and clean. That's what knives are for, you know, for cutting. Right. And then just go across like this. There we go. El Trasho, Basura. Okay. Ready to open it? Let's check it out. I'm actually very interested to find out how this works in that computer. I think that the stats that I read online were really good. I'm really looking forward to checking this out, man, and seeing what all it has to offer. So if you're interested in learning more about this power supply, you can go online and check it out. And you can pause if you would like on the video after I upload a recording if you want to read this details of any of that stuff. So I think the open part is here. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Make sure you can see everything here. It smells like fresh everything. I love it. put some of our cables. What is happening? Oh my gosh, I should have known. Wow, am I still that green? Really? Woo. All right, so might actually do something like this. This guy here, like that. Wow. Okay, so that is interesting. I don't think there's any extra ports on this one. So all of the cables are already installed. That's pretty cool. So your power cord, your CPU cord, your PCIe cord. I see it right here. We have your... Everything is right here. Holy smokes, this is crazy. Here's the PCB right here. Holy smokados. I don't even know what I just said, dude. I sound like such a loser. Okay. Yeah, I feel like a samurai. I think it's made with Japanese steel, unless the person on Etsy lied to me. I don't know what this says. If you know what this means, tell me what this means. If you're able to read this, put in the comments. What does that say? I'm not exactly sure. I've never been able to... I think I could probably use just Google Translate and just find out. It probably says Ian is stupid. That would be funny. Oh, man. Kind of a interesting way to kind of say, haha. I don't think the merchant would do that to their customers. So, this is nice. I'm eager to plug it into the computer and get it running, see how it goes. Really excited today. I think I'm gonna have to use my display to run the computer and check Windows, but I'm not entirely sure yet if I'm actually gonna install Windows on the drive. I'm probably gonna check to make sure BIOS is working and operational. But I figure some people actually want to install different operating systems so I can offer it. But there's a warranty sticker. Don't ever take this off unless you really want to void your warranty. Most power supplies come with those on them, so be careful not to. There's a screw under there. Just be careful not to remove that. If you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. So, let us get to work. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but I don't think that that's good to put in the computer case at all. It's going to be insulation. I don't want that. I want the computer to stay as cold as possible. So I have some duster as well. Clean off the case. Also bought a fresh copy of Windows 11 because it is the operating system that everyone is familiar with. So if someone wants this computer, they can get a fresh copy. I still have the seal on the box to prove that it's fresh. It was the best deal I could find was Newegg Marketplace. They had $10 off. And that's a steal for Windows Home because it's still 140 bucks. So anyway. Alley-oop. I'm gonna bring the old girl up here. Alright. Set her down right here. And open her up. So, what I'm going to do too as well is adjust your vision so that you can see what I'm doing in just a moment. There you are. Good as gold. Let's adjust you here a little bit. There you are. So This is the inside of the computer that I'm working on. Let me give you a little bit of extra light. Watch your eyes, okay? Now you can see what I'm doing. Alright. So, last time I was working on this computer, I found a nice white fan to go on this one. This needs another screw. I think I didn't fully screw this on yet because I was concerned about it not working correctly or something. I always wait until I'm fully integrated and everything is working before I finalize a build. So everything in here is so clean. I like the wiring, everything, the way it's set up. I have the drive in here, the optical drive, which is convenient, Cooler Master, and everything's ready to go. I seated it in another video. If you're interested in watching that, you can watch me seat this Cooler Master. Here's the Gigabyte GeForce GTX. I'm not entirely sure which one this is. I forgot. It's either a 3050 or a 2060, and I'm pretty sure it's the 3050. So, because mine is a 4060 now, and that's the one I've got in my computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the solid state drive in here, and I think I'm going to put it on the very bottom. It could be too, there's a spot on the back for it to be mounted, which I might actually do. But it's nice and convenient when you can just pull these out, these trays. So I might do that. So first things first, power supply button. We're gonna put this big girl in here. Woo! Baby! Which way does she stand? Like this? With the fan pointed down? I think so. There's a hole for it. That's probably why. What does this do? Is this an opening? Like, can you open this? Must be a way to... I don't know. So... Cool, man. That is nice and clean. I like that. Let's get this big girl inside here. What do you say? Alright. Just get some screws here. Gonna screw this bad girl in. Nice. That went in good. And then we'll just do another one. Just to secure it here to the tower. That's what we want. Don't want anything to move in the case. Alright. Good deal. And a couple more screws. I'm a little superstitious about power supply. I usually like to just make sure that it is fully secured. Maybe one more screw and this should do it. So that's another point. 3 points is always the best way to go, if not 4. Alright, cool. Don't want to strip it, so it's fine. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. Let's go ahead and undo all these cords and go through all of this madness, and I'll kind of guide you through what I'm doing here, if you don't already know. If you'd like me to, let me know. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat or a comment below for my YouTube fans. If anybody's watching on YouTube, if you're interested in learning more, if you have questions or anything. I'm not like an expert or anything, but I know a lot about this stuff, so I mean, I can help you if you're confused about a build or something. If I don't know, I'll find somebody who does. I've got lots of friends who know all about this stuff. I live in Seattle too, and a lot of friends of mine are science people. Stuff. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to unpack here. Okay. So this is bad, kind of, sort of, but not really, because of two things. One, I have a power cord waiting to hook up to a power supply, and this power supply doesn't allow for any more hookups in it. All the hookups are here, so I have to see if there's an adapter on this thing. Some of these I know where they go and I can send them, I guess. Like this one, I know where this guy goes, and I don't know if I want to go back behind here and then back up through this hole. I think I do. So we're gonna do that. We'll figure out the rest of this later. I'm gonna pull this up like this. We should have a clear line of sight to the back here. Alright. Take the back side off. Need to take it off anyway so that it doesn't dent. The last time I was working on it, it did actually kind of almost dent. Good deal. Alright. So I'm just going to cover your ears a little bit. Okay. Alright. I don't know why it's not focusing. I'm sorry about that. But I'm sure it might come around. Yep, so this guy's gonna go over here. And then I need to fix a lot of stuff back here in the background here. It's just cord management. You can really do whatever you want. But for me, since I'm doing this build, I really want clean, super clean look. So me, I don't really care. I usually, my actual computer, I really just throw it all in there. I got cords going everywhere, but I really should work on it. It's something that I should probably do while I have time. So this guy is hanging out back here, and I forgot what this is for. I think it's for the drive, yeah. So the drive is going on the bottom, so I'll put that in there, and that in there as well. And then okay, so what I'm going to need to do is just use the cables that are inside the power supply for the optical drive. So I'll just pull this out. I don't need this cord. It's fine. The power supply came with everything I needed. It's good when that happens. Doesn't always happen that way. Alright, so we're going in this way. We got it. Okay, I'm sorry it's blurry, I know. I'm sure I'll fix it. Actually, give me 1 second. There you go. So I went in up here behind the board, between the board and the, actually it'd probably be cleaner if I went in here, right through this little, yeah, does look a lot better. And so that will plug in right there. Some of these other guys are going different places as well. PCIe. That's graphics, I believe. Should be one labeled CPU. Not quite sure. PCIe. 450 watt. This might be the power. Where's the power for this bad girl? Trying to find where it goes in at. I don't know. We'll see. With this one I know for sure is for the drive. So I can send this guy through to, okay, this is gonna be chill. Super chill. There we go. And he will just go right over here. I'm not sure where this guy is actually. The fan, I think. Yeah, it's one of the fans. Oh, it has one of these on it. This fits into this, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, this adapter can go to this. If you don't have one of those, I would have been able to use this as an adapter, but I don't know how I'm going to get this fan to work now. Not sure. I think I have an adapter cord. I can look at the ones I bought. Let's see. But if one fan doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. So, just put this back here. Get in there. Yep. That's it. Actually, it's really bad. It's gonna. Yeah, there we go. Put that over there. Don't think I got one. Maybe in the other build. But that's alright, I can change out that fan easy. What I want to do right now is power the computer. So, looks like we need you to be refocused. There you go. Give that a second. There we are. Right here. Our computer. Got my PCB cord. Can plug that in. Usually you gotta go by the pattern. There's one that's a different shape, so it only fits one way. Squares on both sides means this way, and just like I thought. So there we go. That is the ATX. That is the power. All right, good deal. Let's go ahead and put the drive in. Alright, just need a screwdriver, a couple of those little tiny screws. I can make this. Oh, hello, Raggeth. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm working on this computer today. I got these parts in, so I'm really trying to get this thing turned around. What's going on with you? Nice, man. That's good. I tried to go catch the parade today after the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, and I messed up and I got off the train at the wrong place where the parade was going on because I got up late. So I missed out on seeing Sam Darnold and all the dudes, and the Sith and Jigba and all them. Kind of bummed out too, because I actually would have liked to. I heard it was crowded as heck though. Probably wouldn't have been able to even get up there to the part where they were at. Buddy of mine told me where to go, and I was just like, oops. Oh man, I need a bigger screwdriver. This bad boy's not cooperating. There we go. I want it on there. On pecan. Right? Yeah, it was, man. It was still cool. There were people everywhere. I almost got a Seattle dog. I was feeling the vibes, man. And it actually was like, I was like, man, I wish Seattle would do parades more often. Because it reminds me of NOLA, where I grew up. I grew up down in New Orleans, and they do parades for everything and everybody. And it really gave me NOLA vibes hard. So I was really enjoying myself. There was supposed to be something going on after the parades, but everybody was like all confused. They were like, it was scheduled from 11 a.m. to 6, but like the parade was like 11 a.m. to 1. And everybody was like on Reddit talking about like, what's next? Like, what do we do now? The parade's done. Is everybody doing something? Is the city planning something? I don't know. People probably following the football players around and stuff and drinking. It's probably all that's happening now. But the trains were so packed. It was bad. So bad. Worse than Mariners games. And those get pretty big. Seahawks are much bigger than the Mariners here. They say that 1 million people showed up. I don't know if that number is conservative, but that's what the city said they estimated. Alright, so that's all in there. So now I've got a few more cords to figure out what to do with here. Got another PCI cable, I think. I'll plug that one in right here. This goes into the graphics card. Ooh, get in there. And always listen for the snap. Snap. Snap tells you it's in. So I've got a 450 watt power cord here, and I really don't know where this is supposed to go. I don't know if this motherboard is, this might be for like a cooling unit or something, if you have one. It's got all 6 teeth across. I'm not quite sure where to put this one. I may not use it. I don't think I need to use it. The PCB is what gives this power, I believe. If I'm not wrong, some motherboards require you to power them with more than just that, but it shouldn't. This one doesn't, I don't even think, this is an AM3, so it's not gonna carry any of this stuff except for the PCB. Let me see here. I'll clean this up later. Here's another, I got another PCIe that just doesn't go anywhere. So, I mean, that's fine. I'm just gonna plug in the drive, I think. I'm gonna fold this up like this, put it down here, take these and fold them up and tie them together. And then that'll be that for these. So, do you have your own custom built computer, Raguth? Raguth? Oh, it's going pretty good. So I still have 4 packs left, and then I need to open those, and then I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. And then as far as MTG Arena, I added announcements and servers to oh, okay. I added server announcements from Magic the Gathering to a part of my Discord server. So now my Discord server has info about... Damn, this is so ugly. There's just a bunch of extra cords. Sucks, dude. Just gonna throw it there for now. I'll put it back behind it later, but that is so ugly. But today my objective is just to see if this thing will turn on and power BIOS, so, which I'm pretty confident because this is my old setup. So one of these fans is not working because it won't plug in. I can't, I don't have a cord for that, so let's plug her up and see if it runs. Plug it in, turn it on, the RAM's in, the Cooler Master's seated, power cable. So yeah, last night I was playing some milsim stuff. I'm a huge milsim guy, so I like to play squad a lot in Battlefield and stuff. Let's see if this will reach. Yeah. Oh, big girl, get up there. Oh, all right, turn it around. Whoa. Alright, so that you're able to see if it turns on and stuff. And I can also visually verify that the baby is alive on birth. Ow! Alright, that boy is in there. I hope this doesn't blow my surge protector. Okay, yeah, I can give you one. I'll go over to my Discord and send you another one. You should be right here. There we go. And then go back up to direct DM. So I also added a welcome channel and some other stuff too to my Discord channel, like random little things just like that I've seen other creators do that just help to build the server and just get it alive. So I also segmented the server into different pieces, like MTG, squad, all kinds of stuff, modding, different things. So all right, for the moment of truth. Oh, you know what I just realized? This needs power. There we go. There's a power button on the back of the computer. All right, moment of truth. Oh, the drive's not plugged in. Need to plug that in real quick. Oh boy. Actually, that's kind of a hassle, it being on this part. I'm gonna move it up one. Let's get this bad boy in here. Get in there. Go on. What is going on? There we go. Lord have mercy. Having bodily coordination and function issues. What the heck? Alright, we're gonna turn this guy right here loose. There should be a SATA cable and a power cable plugged into this. And that is that. Just put this back here and hide it behind the case like so. And voila, drive is secured. Now it didn't turn on, which I'm kind of like, fuck. Dude, I'm gonna be so pissed if I have another case that doesn't work. I know that motherboard's not DOA, it's my old one. Something's not right here. maybe I had it on the wrong. Try it down like this and see if it doesn't turn on. Oh, you know what? The case isn't plugged into the power button, so that's why the power button's not working. Duh, Ian. So that power button is connected to. There's got to be a cable that can connect to the power. I forgot. I think it's this one. I don't have anything that goes into that, I don't think. Unless. There we go. This little attachment right here. This guy. This is coming from my power supply, so I'm going to plug it into this attachment. Bought this at that PC junkyard just because, and look how it came in handy. So you just put that on there, and now it's a SATA attachment, which I've got to be able to find a converter. Or actually, I might just plug this in like this. Oh, those are both. That's kind of a hassle there. Dang it. I need to get power cord. So the power cord comes down from the case button at the top, and it should work if I can get it plugged in. One of the fans is plugged in here. There's some other cords back here. Move all this stuff out of the way. This is plugged in, this is plugged in, all this stuff is plugged in over here. I'm having a brain fart right now. I'm pretty sure it's this cord. It's either this one or this one for this case. Oh, sweet, it's double-sided. Oh, wow, I just figured that out. I think this is the case power cord. I'm just gonna plug this in like so. Not too sure about this one. This is a fan cable for sure. This doesn't fit my AM3 at all. There's nowhere for me to put that. I need a conversion cable cord for that thing if I'm gonna do that. Oh, I don't think I have one of those. Wait. What's this? Is this what I think it is? I can put that there for a second. And then, where'd it go? There it is. This guy here plugs into this, I think. Oh no. Is this one? No. Oh, these are fans. I can turn on and off. It should turn on. Let's try again. Let's see. After plugging in that this cord here, let's see if this turns on here. I wonder if dude sold me a bad case. Motherboard should still turn on though. So on my channel, you'll find anything you might be interested in, really. And if you're interested in MTG, I've got like announcements that come in. I've also got a channel going for MTG on my YouTube now, where I have a playlist that leads to more of that. So you'll keep watching the same if you like to watch that. Man, I'm stumped here. I'm missing something. Either the case is dead. I know these parts work. I know it has to do something with this power cord, I thought. This drive is plugged in. It's powering the drive. Try it this way. I wonder if it's the case. I need to figure it out. So I've got to troubleshoot. This cord is plugged into some fans that are going to the top of the case. But it's not powered. I need an adapter. Might be able to do something with this. There's got to be a way to do something with this thing. I noticed that the optical drive isn't plugged in, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Dude, if this guy sold me a dead case, I'm gonna be so pissed. Fucking second one that I got. I would be so mad. I still think something's not plugged in. I really do. There's no other plugins for this, so $450 is fine. This has got to be the main power cord, and what I'm gonna need to do is, I think, man, I'm kind of like, I think I need some kind of converter or something for this. I don't think there's anything on the back of the motherboard I can plug this into. That's that. You can't put this there. And this looks more like a... Don't think it's under the graphics card. So, well, I guess maybe the power supply might not be compatible with the case. But it plugged into this one. So weird. These are all the cables that come down from the case, and they go and they plug in. And I know that the outlet works. Oh, it actually came with screws. Where's that manual? Well, I don't know where it went. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording for now. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure though that it has something to do with this, and I can't figure out where this boy is supposed to go into. This might not be compatible with this board. It's pretty frustrating, but I'm thinking, here, maybe look at the back and see. That's all plugged in. Cords come down from the case and go to where they go. These go from the top of the case. Some of these are fan cable. Oh, so that's just directly plugged into that. So where is this coming from? Up top. Yep. So chances are okay, okie dokie artichokey. I think I know what the problem is. This, well, I forgot that the power cord was plugged in. There we go. Pretty sure there's an issue here with the compatibility of this power supply with this motherboard, because there should be power going to the motherboard here. Either that or it's something else. I know that the processor is on. This is an AM3 motherboard. Oh well. It's got to do something with this. Should be like a SATA on here or something. Where's the manual that came with the box? Did this really not come with a manual, dude? I'm sending this back. Alright, so I don't think the power supply is compatible with this, so I'm gonna have to send it back and get a different one. I also need to test it, but what I may do is I might use a different power supply. So I'm actually gonna swap it out right now and see if that's the problem. I just wish it would have worked the first time, because I'm like got everything like plugged in, you know? So it's kind of like man. Just unplug it all. Yeah. Oops. Take out the PCB. Oops. So I have another case with a power supply, and what I can do is I can loose tie in the power supply on that one, see if it turns on. I don't even need to take this one out actually. So this is kind of a trick. If you can do this, basically just plugging in another power supply without actually ever taking anything out. This is a longer power cord too. I found another case and I've been working on it. It's another Rave Max, but it's white, And I know it works because it turned on the other day with the power supply plugged in, so I'm going to test this one on the case and see if that's the problem. Sometimes these fans and stuff are just not compatible. Sometimes an older like AM2 motherboard may not be compatible with a more modern power supply for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if that's what is going on, but I'm trying to figure it out. Of course, it's on the other side. We'll just come down here. I'm probably not going to post that on YouTube at all. Shit was so anticlimactic. Alright, so now I got another power supply here. I'm going to test it on this computer. So let's see if this works. Oh, computers, man. You love them, you hate them. Oh. There we go. Okay, I heard it snip, so I know it's plugged in. This bad boy is on. So I'm going to plug this in here into all the places where it goes. PCB goes up here. Try not to damage the motherboard. You can put your hand back here. Make sure that that guy is in there all the way. PCIe. Alright. And last but not least, this goes to the computer. There should be ports in here though for this. Like an extra CPU power that I can plug in. Should just power it like that. If I remember correctly, how this motherboard works. There it goes. So my power supply is DOA, everybody. There you have it. Wow. Okay. Fucking Raid Max. How about that, huh? Fucking shitty, dude. I'm sending that shit back to Newegg today. I'm so pissed. But, you know, honestly, man, excuse my French, but that's just how computers go, everybody. So, I mean, I really shouldn't be that angry because I know this happens all the time. Parts come in the mail dead. Don't be surprised if it happens. But that's why you buy from somebody you know, like Newegg or Best Buy or somebody reputable. Don't buy from Smojo like I do and get your butt ripped off. But this was brand new out of the box, so I'm really disappointed about that. I'm really upset. So definitely not gonna get a good review there for sure. So man, this baby is cooking. That Cooler Master is running, man. And you know what else too is that I think it may not have been enough power. I'm curious if this is an 850, I believe. No, it's a 550. Ball bearing Seasonic. That doesn't matter. There's only 150 difference. So I'm just going to turn this off for now because this bad boy is just going. That's so cool, man. So it's funny too. I got it running after I stopped recording. Damn it. It's alright though. I'll just download the stream. So I'm going to turn this off. But before I do that, I'd love to show you everything, how it's running. You see the Cooler Master logo right there? That means that baby is cooking. I think this fan is blowing the wrong way. Check to see if all the fans are on. The top fan's on. Okay, let's turn her off. A good test to see which way it's blowing. Hold up a little. Is it going in? A little piece of paper maybe? Take a little piece of paper, a little fortune cookie piece of paper. It's not really sucking air. The bottom fan's not on, so that tells me that that's that power cable that was on there. I'll swap it out. Probably just take it out of there. Yeah, I got the fan on backwards on the cooler. Oops. It's alright though. I'll switch it around. That's easy. That's great though. Awesome. Beautiful. So that was a little bit of troubleshoot and testing right there. That was some good stuff. I am glad that that ended there and did not keep going. Man, if that thing didn't turn on, I didn't know where I was going to go next, honestly. But now I know for sure what the culprit is. Unfortunately and sadly, or not sadistic. Sometimes I just say stuff that doesn't make sense. Sorry. You can just tell me to shut up. It's all good. My wife does it all the time. So, got thick skin. So, alright. I'm going to take the power supply out of here and send it back. Pretty upset. But, Newegg is gold, dude. They're so good at customer service. All I gotta do is tell them it was DOA and they'll take it and give me my money back. So, easy. Always, always, always make sure you have the protection stuff on your Raggeth. You good? Did you get the invite? I guess he left. He must be gone already. This is so aggravating coming out of there. Here we go. So lame. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I will find out later. So, looks like I'm getting a crowd going with MTG. I don't really get a lot of views on this computer stuff, I guess. If you watch my computer videos and you like them, let me know. I'll keep making them. If not, I don't know if I'm going to keep going. But I also do it because I like to learn. And if anybody's out there who can teach me something I didn't know or see something that I don't see, I always appreciate that. So, there's so many other people out there with much more knowledge of this than I am. And sadly enough, this power supply does not operate. That is a big, big letdown. So I'll be having to reach out to Newegg customer service about that one. That's really unfortunate. Or I could just put this one in this case and sell it as is. Might just do that. So working power supply gets me ahead. I don't know, I'll consider it. But for now, I'm signing off. I'll be back on in a little while. Until then, see y'all later.